Stay tuned and see how you can have a better than photographic memory with Harry Lorayne and Memory Power.
Hello, I'm Dick Cavett. You may think that doing a talk show is easy. After all, it looks easy, but one of the problems is that often you have to remember a lot of things, like names and facts and dates. I've never been really great at memory, but all that changed when, early in my career, I met a man who is the world's foremost authority on memory, and his name is Harry Lorayne.
Harry Lorayne is unquestionably the world's foremost memory training specialist. His books, translated into every major language, have sold over 17 million copies and topped the New York Times bestsellers list. You've read about Harry Lorayne in magazines like Forbes, Fortune, Reader's Digest, Nation's Business, Ladies' Home Journal, and Cosmopolitan, to name a few, and in newspapers all over the world. You've seen him on every major television show, including Good Morning America, That's Incredible, The Today Show, Live with Regis and Kathy Lee, and on Johnny Carson many, many times. He's taught and inspired hundreds of thousands at IBM, U.S. Steel, General Electric, and many other Fortune 500 companies. Harry Lorayne has also inspired business people to the highest level of success and increased earnings. He has unlocked the door for students to achieve unlimited learning potential and excellent grades, and has instilled newfound confidence in people who are now able to enjoy a higher quality of life. He earns many thousands of dollars for his personal appearances, but he's here now to show you how you can have a better than photographic memory. Memory Power with Harry Lorayne.
And here I sit with the legendary Harry Lorayne. Here, it's always fun to see you.
It's fun to see you, Dick.
When I think of the hours I spent trying to hammer dates into my head with no technique for doing so, I just wish I could go back through certain courses in high school with your technique.
Oh, you know, it's an amazing help for students of all ages and all levels. Yeah, because, you know, there simply is no learning without memory. Memory means knowledge. Memory is knowledge. You know, in school, Dick, if you haven't remembered it, you haven't learned it. I want you to be able to work less to get better grades in any subject.
And that includes something Americans are supposed to be notoriously bad at, foreign languages.
And English language. Imagine the help for students in the SAT scores. My students can sit down with 40 or 50 new words every evening, look at them once, know them, never forget them, and do that every night or every day.
What's Japanese for please?
Akudasai.
I taught him that 30 seconds ago.
Yes, you did.
My God, I just realized it. Your system does work.
Yes, thank you.
Also, it's good on spelling, thing that drives me nuts as an English teacher's son. And even academics have had to come around and admit that you have something.
Oh, yes, they're admitting that not only do my systems give you a great memory, but that it makes your understanding deeper, it makes your learning capacity larger, it makes the joy and thrill of learning so much keener.
Yeah, I just like to throw in that I do not belong to the school that believes that memorizing facts is what's education. So much of education is memorizing that this takes all that away, I think, and frees you to do all the rest. That's my take on it.
Gives you more time and that understanding.
I don't know what would be a better gift for a student.
Chair, window, flower.
My name is Malcolm Ader, and I teach kids with special needs at Harpers Ferry Junior High in West Virginia. And 2 years ago, I wrote to Harry Lorayne about his Memory Power program. And I've used this program the last 2 years with my kids in my learning strategies class, and I've seen a phenomenal difference not only in their self-esteem but also in their academic performance.
I used to get C's and D's, but now I get all A's.
With these systems, school is more fun and learning has been more fun.
I've seen my students apply Harry Lorayne's Memory Power in other academic classes such as history and science. And it's been amazing and very gratifying to me as a teacher to see the change in their grades. And also what's very important to me is the fact that the kids feel so differently about themselves now because they have the confidence to know that they can succeed well in school. And learning is fun to them, and that is what school should be all about, making learning fun.
Should I do it right now?
You do it right now, Harry. We're going to turn the lights on.
Okay. With the few people who gave me their names at any time today, would you just rise at your seat so I can see? Oh, my Lord. Okay, I'm gonna try to, not only do I want to remember your faces, I also want to remember I want to remember both. So what I'll do is I'll call your name and point to you, and then if I'm right, you can sit down, and I'll do it as quickly as I can, okay? Starting from here, that's Miss Morse, Mr. Hughes, Miss Sprague, Miss Zamost. Did I say that right? I think I said it better than you do. Okay, right over here, it's Miss Otto. This is Miss Blythe, Miss Emmeling, Miss Norn. This is Michael Norn. This is Mr. Lynch. Right over here now, this is Miss Hersman. This is Mr. Lacroix. I knew I'd have trouble with yours. I'll get to it in a minute. Mr. Holton, Mr. I want to make sure I get the Tellifer. Did I say that right, Mr. Tellifer? Okay, I'll get to you in a minute. Right here, it's Mr. and Mrs. Mears. This is Mr. Spear.
Mel Brooks, CEO of Brooks Films Incorporated, says, Harry Lorayne gives you the memory that will enable you to have the knowledge at your fingertips that will multiply your worth and multiply your value.
No doubt about it, is there, Harry? Memory power is a huge business asset.
Oh, no, there is no doubt about it. That's why my systems are used by businesses and corporations all over the world. Imagine having all the knowledge about your business, about your company, right at your fingertips. Imagine knowing all the numbers you have to know, style numbers, product numbers, telephone numbers, computer codes. Imagine remembering names of people, places, things. Anything in your business, and you know what's very important? Remembering spouses' names.
Yes, especially for the marriage partner to remember.
That's right.
Some of my corporate friends, well, I only have one, I'll be honest.
Right.
But he raves about it.
Well, you know, I'm glad to hear that, because I feel it's probably the best edge you can get in business. Because remember this, the more you learn, the more you earn.
When I walk into a boardroom, I don't need the daytimers, the notepads, the briefcases, because I've got everything in my head. I owe my success today to Harry Lorayne's Memory Power Systems. It has allowed me to make a lot of money and also allowed me to be a true professional in what I do.
I think I finally convinced you that I do use your system, I think practically every day of my life. It comes in handy in every walk of life. It's changed whole areas of my life for me that I can do things better. Now I can remember things that I need to remember. And it's got to be gratifying to you to see the millions of people come up to you and say, you've helped me.
Oh, it certainly is. When I see below average students become excellent A students, when I see people advancing to high level positions in the corporate world, when I see older people doing things they never dreamed possible, those things are important to me.
But I love, just as a stunt, to be able to take a deck of cards, thanks to you, have somebody put 10 in their pocket, call out the rest of the deck, and I'll tell them what 10 cards they have in their pocket. I think anybody who plays cards for fun can see the value of this.
No question about that in blackjack, and that is taught in the memory power systems, but just for fun. It's just for fun.
Yes, I'll second that. Also, it's the universality of the system. I can't imagine anybody it wouldn't apply to and help.
Definitely, and you know, it's so easy. That's important. Yep. It's the only auto skill I know where you see results immediately. I'll have you remembering in 1 hour better than you ever could before.
My name is Reginald Pender. I'm employed with the United States Postal Service. And I can honestly say that the position that I have and the salary that I make would have not have been possible without the use of Harry Lorayne's memory power techniques.
Dax was blinded and disfigured in an accident. Hear his courageous story.
As a result of an explosion in 1973, I became totally blind and lost all 10 fingers. I could no longer rely on written notes or even Braille. But using Harry's techniques, I graduated from law school, passed the Texas bar examination, and for more than 10 years now, have traveled throughout the United States as a public speaker. When I was asked to give an inspirational talk to an audience of 1,000 people in Hawaii with no advance notice, Harry's techniques got me through that 45-minute talk with flying colors. I use these techniques for all kinds of things every day, and frankly, don't know how I'd manage without them.
Stay tuned to learn how you can order your memory power package.
Ms. Spransky, am I going too high up here so I don't want to confuse Mr. McCusick and Mr. Batone and Mr. Barker? Those are the cameramen. See, over here. All right. I didn't. Thank you. Somebody once said to me, Harry, if you could bottle your systems, what a boon to society that would be. Well, you know, I have done that. I've bottled the systems. It takes the form of the memory power package. But you have to do something. You have to uncork that bottle. Now, you've taken the first step. You're listening to me right now. Take the second, more important step. Call, order the Memory Power package. There is no better way for you to acquire a great memory. If there was a better way, I'd know it. I'd use it. I would teach it. This is it. My 50 years of writing experience, lecturing, teaching experience, all zeroed into that one Memory Power package. It is completely and unconditionally guaranteed. You have absolutely nothing to lose, but everything to gain.
Now, with Harry Lorayne's Memory Power, you can acquire a better than photographic memory. Apply these easy-to-learn techniques and get higher SAT scores, better grades from grade to graduate school, medical and law school with much less study time. Have that edge in business. Advance your career. Remember any and all facts and figures, stock symbols, dates, and names and faces easily. Be a master salesperson. Learn a foreign language with ease. Your self-esteem will leap to new plateaus. Order Memory Power now, and Harry Lorayne will guide you through 4 full-length power-packed cassettes and the easy-to-follow study guide. And special with this offer, receive a 1-hour videotape in which Harry Lorayne shows you specifically how to remember errands and appointments, lists, speeches, English and foreign vocabulary, and you can actually meet and remember the names and faces of real people. As a special bonus, order now and receive absolutely free Memory Makes Millionaires, a cassette program in which Harry Lorayne shows you how to use your newfound memory power to make more money than ever before. Imagine what memory power can do for your career, your children. Imagine amazing everyone with your newfound powers. Imagine a memory that actually betters with age. Don't hold yourself or your children back. Build a better, brighter future. This Memory Power package has already helped hundreds of thousands. If you missed out before, don't miss out again. Order your Memory Power systems now.
Now, back to Memory Power.
Harry, explain how improving your memory technique can help your self-esteem, self-confidence.
Well, there are things that go along automatically. You have to make no extra effort at all. You will also acquire, aside from a great memory, a much stronger sense of imagination, observation, concentration, and confidence. I want to make you a more alert, more effective, more aware person. I honestly feel this is the best investment you can make in your life for your life.
Did you read that people's greatest fear among death and taxes and a few other things is giving a speech in public?
Of course, you know what they're afraid of?
Yeah.
They're afraid of forgetting what they have to say. It's that simple.
And with the technique, I promise you, you can learn to give a speech, and you can also learn to listen to one or read one and have the facts in sequence and in order.
Absolutely.
Clear up something for me. The so-called photographic memory is largely a myth, isn't it? I think there have been 1 or 2 cases of it in history.
I don't know of any, and I certainly don't have a photographic memory, and it's not the panacea people think it is.
And that's not what you're trying to impart as a photographic memory.
Not at all. I'll give people a better than photographic memory, because photographic means remembering what you see. What good does that do you, for example, when you hear a name or hear a lecture?
Oh, right.
Yeah, you see, the memory power systems will give you a much better than photographic memory, because you can remember anything you see, read, or hear the very first time you see, read, or hear it. I repeat, I guarantee I'll give you a better than photographic memory.
My kids learned the system so fast, they couldn't believe it and I couldn't believe it. We had a lot of fun and they're getting A's.
In the practice of law, I use Harry Lorayne's system every day. I use it to remember names of jurors. I use it to remember names of important cases. I use it to remember items on a checklist, dates, facts, places, times. Without it, I would be lost.
Mrs. Maddox, you change seats. Oh, okay, Mr. Maddox, you're allowed. Right over here, Miss Hall, Mr. and Mrs. Wilson, Mr. and Mrs. Herrera.
To my right sits Michael Friedland, a sophomore in high school. We're going to use him for a little demonstration.
Dick and I made up 10 words. I numbered them from 1 to 10, Michael. I'm going to call them real quick. Apply my system, will you please? Number 2 is telephone. I'll cross them out as I call them. Number 6 is eyeglasses. Number 10 is typewriter. Number 8, try to get this in your mind, is 375-841-521. 375-841-521. Number 1 is a car. Make it a red car. Number 4 is a ping pong ball. Number 9 is a lamp. Number 3, I'm going to give you a name, Maria Petrovskaya. Maria Petrovskaya. And one more. No, two more. Number 7 is the, I'm going to give you the French word for grapefruit. It's pamplemousse. Pamplemousse is the French word for grapefruit. And one more. Number 5 is flour. I know I went quickly. Do you think you can apply my system? And I went out of order, haphazardly. Can you put them in sequence for me?
All right, I'll try from 1 to 10.
Yes.
Number 1 is red car. Number 2 is typewriter.
Number 2.
Number 2, I'm sorry. Number 2 is telephone.
You got it.
Number 3 is Maria Petrovskaya.
Exactly.
Number 4 is ping pong ball. Number 5 is flour. Number 6 is eyeglasses. Number 7 is pamplemousse.
What does it mean?
Grapefruit.
Yes, go ahead.
Number 8, is that what we're up to now? Number 8 is 375-841-521.
Exactly.
Okay. And number 9 is lamp. And number 10 is typewriter.
What's in number 1?
Number 1 is a red car.
A red car, absolutely. In what number is the typewriter?
10.
Can I have a question? What's between the pamplemousse and the lamp?
Pamplemousse and the lamp.
What's between them?
375-841-521.
Absolutely, because that was number 8, obviously. Listen to the number. 345-841-521. I just switched a digit. Can you tell me which one I switched?
Would you read it again, please?
345-841-521.
You changed the second digit from, it was 7 and you made it 4.
Absolutely right.
I knew that too. I crossed my heart and there's no way I can prove it. Nice going, Michael. That's obviously an impressive demonstration. You just got the system and you've already used it, I gather?
Right.
What are some of the ways you can actually use it in school?
I just recently took a history test. I had got my highest mark I've gotten all year, and it's a tough course remembering things in and out of order, what's on a certain page. It's been great.
Now, I just went through the magazine quickly and I picked up the highlights of the page. So if you call any page now of the page number you're holding, raise your hand, call your number, I'll attempt to give you the highlight of that page. Mr. Rydell.
37.
Okay, page number 37, it says almost a horse race is what it says. That's the caption. And let me tell you what it's about. It's part of the world section. It has to do with Mexico. And what it is the presidential campaign that's going out in Mexico. There are 2 candidates mentioned there and pictured. The one on the upper right, his name is Cardenas, and it's in La Marquesa is where he's campaigning. That's the name of the city. And toward the lower left, according to the article, if you want to take the time to read it, the fellow who they think is going to win, at least Time Magazine does, is a little picture of him. His name is Salinas, S-A-L-I-N-A-S. Mr. Goldberg, thank you. Yes?
Page 5.
Page number 5. Page number 5. A letter from the publisher. The publisher's name is Robert L. Miller. That's on the top of the page. There is a picture of 2 women, Whitaker and Castro. They wrote one of the feature stories of this issue about every woman can mind her own business. It's about women entrepreneurs. Elizabeth Franchino is 5 years old. You know, at the very start of the Memory Power course, I teach how to remember lists of any kind. Now, Elizabeth, I understand you just started my course. Would you like to try a list for us?
Yes.
Okay, can I just call off some items and you listen to them?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Dragon, book, car, river, cow, pencil, balloon, sled, potato, airplane. I haven't counted them, but I think we have enough. Were you listening?
Mm-hmm.
Would you try it? Give me the list.
Dragon, book, car, river, cow, pencil, balloon, sled, potato, airplane.
You didn't drop a stitch. That was perfect. Catherine, were you listening?
Yes.
If I said airplane to you, do you think you can go backwards?
Mm-hmm.
Try it.
Potato, sled, balloon, pencil, cow, river, car, book, dragon.
Excellent. Catherine is 9 years old, and I know that the girls could have done more items, but we don't have the time. Mr. and Mrs. Franchino wanted to give their daughters a head start for their education. They have done just that.
I also have to thank you for saving me the embarrassment of constantly going, oh, what was it? Where did I put it? I had it right here in my hand.
Of course, you know what you're talking about, Dick. You're talking about absent-mindedness.
Yeah.
And that's very important. I don't want you ever again to ruin an evening out by wondering, did I unplug the iron? Did I lock the door? Did I unplug the coffee pot? I don't want you ever again to hide something for safekeeping and then 5 minutes later forget where it is. You'll never see it again. I don't want you ever again to put down your keys and say, where are they, or whatever you're looking for. I just had it in my hand. I don't want you ever again to rush into the kitchen, open the refrigerator, and say, what did I come for?
Are you aware of I think it was a Harvard Business School study that said that everyone wastes 30 minutes a day looking for things on his desk?
Exactly. Or for the eyeglasses that are perched on top of your head, or for the pencil that's stuck behind your ear. You know that applying the memory power systems will make you present-minded rather than absent-minded.
Good phrase.
Yeah.
Do I believe in Harry Lorayne's system? You bet I do. It works. It's worked for me in both college and seminary. I would recommend it highly to anyone who's going to school, who's involved in academics, whose concern is to memorize, to learn. And I don't know how you put a price tag on that.
There are probably people who have never had the fun of seeing you meet 500 people in an audience and remember their names.
It's something I do all the time. I do it at private appearances on television shows, Dick, you know that. But you know, the reason I do it is to show people how easy it is and how easy it will be for them to remember only the 7, 8, or 9 people at a business meeting. That's what's important.
Mirabile, and Webb, and I think I hate to leave you all standing there. Mr. and Mrs. Johnson, sit down. I say, Mr. Moore, do I have 30 seconds? Okay. I've got to call. I'm sorry I don't have time to get you. Pentecosta is such a good Mr. LaRevere. Did I get it right? Mr. LaRevere. Get it.
That's amazing. Harry, that's amazing. Amazing stuff. I should point out that these people were not arranged. Harry Weil briefly this afternoon introduced themselves, and we didn't put them in any particular order. It's an amazing demonstration.
Senior citizens, I think, using this probably not only can overcome what they always complain about as their memory problem, but it's got to be good mental exercise for them, isn't it?
Greatest mental exercise in the world. And you know, I said those things way back in 1956 when I had black hair. Now I have gray hair. I'm saying the same things, but now people are listening. New York Times, Wall Street Journal start to agree with me now.
What's his name? Is it Bob Norland, the 75-year-old man who had a stroke and reports that instead of the inevitable results of the stroke, he's doing better perhaps than he was before?
I'm Bob Norland. I had a stroke at 75 and feared the loss of my memory. But thanks to Harry Lorayne's memory power system, my memory is better today than it ever was before. In fact, it's so good that I give memory demonstrations before my Toastmasters Club and also teach Harry's system to other senior citizens. I also do telephone work and I have to return calls, but because of this stroke, I can't write. But I can remember all those names and numbers and anything else that I want to remember thanks to Harry's system. God bless you, Harry.
You know, it's important for everybody to realize that it's no longer necessary to accept a poor memory or loss of memory as an inevitable part of growing older. I'll give you an ageless memory now better than you ever had before. That's a guarantee.
Stay tuned to learn how you can order your memory power pack.
Let me try to put this in my own words. I can honestly say to you that I am astonished constantly at what I'm able to do using Harry's technique. I'm also the kind of person who enjoys amazing his friends at what I'm able to do. I know that if I had had his system way back, I would have scored higher on certain tests in school. The value of that is obvious. I suppose you could say that in the job market and the corporate world, the edge that memory will give you is too obvious to point out. It could be very, very profitable. Phone numbers, that simple thing. My ability to remember phone numbers, thanks to Harry, once, I think, saved my life. It's a long story. I'll tell it to you sometime. Anyway, if you order his system, do not be afraid that it takes a quiz kid to do it. It is easy. You can use it, you can learn it, you can employ it. You'll be glad you did.
Now, with Harry Lorayne's Memory Power, you can acquire a better than photographic memory. Apply these easy-to-learn techniques and get higher SAT scores, better grades from grade to graduate school, medical and law school with much less study time. Have that edge in business. Advance your career. Remember any and all facts and figures, stock symbols, dates, and names and faces easily. Be a master salesperson. Learn a foreign language with ease. Your self-esteem will leap to new plateaus. Order Memory Power now, and Harry Lorayne will guide you through 4 full-length power-packed cassettes and the easy-to-follow study guide. And special with this offer, receive a 1-hour videotape in which Harry Lorayne shows you specifically how to remember errands and appointments, lists, speeches, English and foreign vocabulary, and you can actually meet and remember the names and faces of real people. As a special bonus, order now and receive absolutely free Memory Makes Millionaires, a cassette program in which Harry Lorayne shows you how to use your newfound memory power to make more money than ever before. Imagine what memory power can do for your career, your children. Imagine amazing everyone with your newfound powers. Imagine a memory that actually betters with age. Don't hold yourself or your children back. Build a better, brighter future. This Memory Power package has already helped hundreds of thousands. If you missed out before, don't miss out again. Order your Memory Power systems now.
I've looked at other systems, but Harry's is really the original and the best system I've ever come across.
I'm ever so grateful to this wonderful man.
I don't even keep an address book. It's all in my head. It just makes life easier.
Isn't that amazing what you can do? Yeah, you're marvelous. Give yourself a...